All right, guys. What's up? We are back. Holiday seasons are officially over. We have a 2007 Buick Lucerne with a 3.8 liter motor in it. We're gonna go out there and do a radiator. So when JB welded it, and you know, whatever you do, stop leak. So I guess he's tired of it, and now we're gonna pop in a new radiator. It might be a step-by-step. So let's get to it. 2007 Buick Lucerne radiator replacement. Let's get on this Buick Lucerne, guys. Well, I got a little bit of daylight left. This is my second job, so I'm getting here kind of late, is what I'm saying. But let's get it started. If not, get it done today. Let's go, Ace. Starts up. First thing you want to do, if you're the mechanic, you want to make sure that you got a key, and I don't have a key. Why don't I have a key? All right, 3.8 liter motor. All right, just looking at it, one of the main objectives is to get this rod out. It's one of our goals, because you can't get the radiator out without removing this or getting it out of the way. We got some brackets here. Yeah, we got some transmission lines back there in the deep. Oh my God. Okay, not a big deal. Radiator hose right here. Hey, don't go nowhere. Okay, so where to begin? Let's start with the easy stuff first. Let's go ahead and take out the brackets. When you get started on a job, guys, it's always a good idea to get the keys, start it up, see if the check engine light is on, because you don't want to get a job done and check engine lights on after you got the job done and you start freaking out. So I always want to know what the check engine light says before I get started. You know, you don't know every customer, you don't work on their cars all the time, so it's always a good idea, no matter who it is, actually, no matter who it is. So yeah, let's see what this engine light's all about, and then we'll get started. Sensor evap large leak, overheated, and misfire knock sensor. So we should be able to clear most of these out of here, all of them out of here when we're done. When we clear the code, they shouldn't come back, but we'll see. And always roll down a window. First thing you do, get the keys, turn it on, roll down a window. That way you won't get locked out of the car. Okay? Go ahead and remove all these first. I got a little magnet over there where I keep all my bolts. I'll show you in a minute. Okay. Let's start taking out these clips right here. All of them. So we're going to get underneath here, and I already did it, and there's like 25, 30 of them. See that pile over there and this pile over here? These are all the clips that go in the shield, the front shield. Yeah, right there. All that's got to come out. So you got to pull them out here. There's a couple in the middle. There's a bunch of them all the way around. So I think I have enough of them off to pull this thing out of here. right. All right. That's a lot of clips. Goal is to get this bar all the way goes up to the top, to the bottom. There's a couple 10mm bolt there, 10mm bolt there. That way we can get this thing to move around. Let's do that now. Okay, 10mm right there. All right, good. We get these harnesses. I don't know, let's just leave those alone real quick. I see there's, just looking up, I see some bolts right here on the rail. Right there, looks like 10mm. And there's another one on the other side, and that will separate the grille from the bar. Separate the grille from this bar. Right there. Don't know if that was necessary actually right now. Just pulling out bolts. Sorry. We got a couple bolts on the ends right there. We took 4 bolts out of here. 1, 2, 1, 2. So we got a little bit of movement in here now. This is the bumper we're pulling on right now. So all this I'm going to pull off. Everything's loose. So all we're going to do is get this section off and that section off. We can pull the bumper off. When you're down there getting all these clips underneath, you might as well come all the way up here too. Go like 3 all the way up here to the top corner and get that off. Might as well get them all off at the same time. Save time. You already have the tool in your hand, and you got to get one of these. You should get one of these if you want to save some time. They're cheap, okay? And thank you to whoever sent me this set of these tools. I really appreciate that. And yeah. So now there should be 2 10mm bolts in here. Okay. Yeah, I see 2, or I see 1. No, I see 2. Okay, so a deep well 10mm would work. Let me get it. I'm just gonna sneak it in there like that. I'm gonna put this down here with my clips. That way I know it goes to this. I'm gonna sneak my tool in here if I can. Flip it. Get on that second 10mm up here. It's kind of a studded one. You're gonna need a deep well socket for this one. That's gonna be a nut. There's your nut right there. Drop that down. Now we go do the other side. This bumper should be loose now. Broken pieces falling out of there. All right, you see what I'm saying? Okay, so let's go get those other 2 10mm off on the other side. Okay. There it is. "30 minutes. 30 minutes total work time so far. let's handle that. Looks like we're gonna kick its ass today. All right, it looks like this is loose. Yeah, those 4 bolts we took off right here. 1, 2, 1, 2. Unplug it. At the harness, snip that connector off of this. This connector is plugged in. It's broken actually. The clip is broken off of there. And we'll take this. Well, that just ripped right off of there. So, never mind. So we'll set this to the side. And we can try to get that off. Just lift it up, really tough like, and get that loose. This time I'm gonna go ahead and look at this for a second, and then I'll get back on camera. All right, there's a bolt right there. Look at the radiator. There's a bolt right there, and that holds the condenser onto the radiator, so take that bolt off. There's another one on the other side. Take that bolt off right there. And there's 4 bolts in here so we can get this bumper section off. Let's do that. 8 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. $13mm. They're on little hooks, is why it wouldn't come on. They're on little hooks. I'll show you in a minute. I'll show you in a second. All right, good. So we got to get those 2 bolts out now, and the little hooks are right here. So if you're wondering why you can't pull that bumper straight out, it's because it's hooked. So you got to lift it up and then pull it out, both sides. All right. Now, kind of lift up on the radiator a little bit, kind of get this thing loose and off. Just set it to the side. We're not taking any cables off or anything like that. We're just setting it to the side. Just gonna hang it right there. This is removing these clips, both sides on the bottom. There's bolts on the top. We already know about that. Oh, that's already loose over here. And that is just a little sleeve right there that goes in. All right, the other one, I'm not worried about it. If it doesn't want to come out easy, I'm not here to play with it. You can just pop it. You can just break it off. The new radiator will have new ones on there. So I've had some of those that they really try to fight you and they don't want to come off. Hey, let's get over here, Slick. And now it's loose. Good. Now we don't want to put a lot of weight on it and let it hang, so we'll get a big jack stand and we'll just set it up. We'll set it up on the jack stand so it won't fall and break those lines, and then you're going to be having more problems. So let's do that. All right guys, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and loosen up the fan assembly right now. All right, and we got bolts. You can't miss it. The fan assembly is right here. It's the fan. It's the fan. You'll see it. And you'll have a bolt over here, and you'll have another bolt on the other side. And the bottom side clips on just like the condenser clipped onto the radiator in a little slot. So I'll try to get you a shot of one of them anyways. Right there, the upper radiator hose is right on top of it, and there it is. So you look underneath there and you'll see one, and you go to the other side and get the other one down, get the other one off. There's also something else down here that you're going to have to do, is that bracket holding on that transmission line that goes to the radiator. You're going to have to take those bolts off. That one there. There's another one I saw. There's another one over here by the fan assembly. That might even be on the fan assembly. Look. Yeah, it looks like it's on the fan assembly. So yeah, we're gonna get those brackets off, those brackets for the lines off. There's one, two. I see two bolts you got to get off. Let's get those lines disconnected and get that fan shroud loosened up. So we got the fan shroud kind of loose. Well, not really loose, but I got the bolts out that I needed to take out. So we're going to start draining some of this fluid out of here. Let's start by this hose over here on the passenger and the driver's side. Should be easy enough to get to. Let's get it. And we'll also get this hose off of this radiator neck, and we'll go from there. Out of there, you'll be able to lift the radiator out of the hole. There's a boot down there. That section right there goes into the hole. Like that. That's where it lives. So once you get that hose out of there, you'll be able to move out a little bit. Let's go ahead and put it back where it belongs. And let's work on this side. So we're going to get that hose off now. And my tool that I need for that is actually broken. I'm going to try it. It might be good enough to make it work, but yeah, it's going to be a tight fit. After looking at it, I got that out of the hole. I lifted this one up right over here, so I got some movement, and I also lifted up on this and pulled this one back too, so now it's barely out of the hole right now. Okay, so what I want to do now is, before I take off that lower radiator hose, I'm going to go ahead and get this line disconnected so I can get it out of my way and give me a little bit more room when I start taking out that lower radiator hose. So I'm going to get me a pick. If you look closely, there's a little clip in there. I'm going to pick it out, and I'm going to pull this hose out. It figures. There it is. Just flick it. Flick the up. I got it. It's filling the pan. All right. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. You'll have a new one with a new radiator, but you don't want to lose them just in case you lose one or one pops off. So pay attention to where they're at. Put them in a safe spot. Find it and grab it and wiggle it and pop it off. Now that should have gained us a little bit of access. Let me flip you around, sorry about that. That should have gave you a little bit better access, because you see it's in the way of that lower radiator hose. So you can get that thing out of the way. Pull that thing up. Pull that thing up and out of the way. And that way you have better room to grab that. Not much, but we got a little bit more. It's going to be helpful. Get the line off first. Have on this job is one of these, and what it does is it grabs that clamp and you squeeze it and it closes that clamp and it locks until you pull the tab, and that makes it easier to get these tight clamps off. It's a good investment. I got it off just with a pair of pliers, that lower radiator hose. This would have been much easier. Now all we gotta do is get that clip out on the bottom. And that might be a little task. Let's see how it goes. The same clip, the lower transmission line, like that, what we just pulled out. We gotta get the one on the bottom off too, so we gotta pick it with very little space in there to do any picking. So let's get it done. Shroud's not moving around because you got little clips right here. All right. Still have to unplug the fan assembly. We're going to do that now. Just kind of firmly pull up on this. Watch out for that ear right there because it gets real close to that. Pull it up. And let's go and unplug both of these fans. Unplug them right there. All right, we about got this thing licked. Unplug that one. Unplug that one. Some wiring harnesses on there. I don't know. No harness. Okay, so we're good. Got the fan out. Got the fan out. Now, without that fan in there, you have better access to pick that line off of that hose, and we can pull this radiator right out of here. We're almost there, guys. Peasy, nice and easy. Easy peasy, nice and easy. Yeah, it was. Take that fan shroud out and you're good to go. And if you don't know how to get these clips out, all you really have to do is find the end of the clip. Let me show you. Find the end of the clip, that piece right there. You find that piece on it, and then you take your little pick and you pick it up. You pick it up, and then it'll come, then you can get the other end and pull it right out of there. So pick it up, dislodge it, and then scoop it and pull it out. Hope that makes sense. Real easy. And grab the hose, wiggle it, and pull it out. And we should be able to get this radiator. Well, we got one more clip to do, guys. One more clip to do. Must have got sidetracked making a damn video for you guys, man, for you guys. Let's just do it for you. And this one is broken. No, it's not. It's not broken. It's just jacked up in the wrong way. So I'll spin it, pull it off, stick that up here. I don't know, but every time I do a radio, most of the time I always end up losing this. I said, where in the hell did it go? Where did that hose go? And it'll be right there in front of my face. Okay, there's one more issue here. We have a screw. Do we have a screw holding that thing? Yeah, we have a little screw holding the we have a screw, I believe, holding those lines to the radiator right there. These lines are screwed in and it's connected right there, so we got to get that out. I don't know what kind of screw it is. You guys aren't going to tell me anyways, so I'll tell you though. Okay, let me find it. It's when you stick that, when you get that screw is right there where you see that silver socket. Now if your 8mm won't go in that groove because you put too much pressure on this, when it leaned down, it kind of kinked it, so you won't be able to get a socket on there because you kinked it. So just correct what you did. Take your screwdriver in here, stick it in between those two, and kind of, you know, pull up on it and re-straighten it out because you bent it. Okay, and then you'll be able to get your socket on there. Now, that's a good little tip right there. If I did it, you could do it. So I straightened it. I can get this in there now. I'll get it out. Get it on there. Take your pair of pliers and grab that socket. You can take the headlight out as well. And I still may do that because I still have to put the bolt back in it. But let's get this radiator out first, and then we'll decide on how we're going to do that. And that's a long screw they got in there, by the way. There it is. There it is. It ain't that long. It's like that. It's also a torque head. So if you had a little torque bit in there too, that would work too. I might reinstall it with the torque bit. Yeah, I might do it like that with a torque bit. That might be easier. Okay, so let's pull it out of there. It's about ready to get dark. Nice and gently. Something else is holding it. That Christmas tree is still holding it. So I'm going to eliminate that out of my equation. Alright guys, let's go ahead and close the hood down. Radiator's not in there yet, but I will see you guys on part 2. I'm out. It's Hayes Mobile Auto Repair. We're in Ridgeland, Mississippi. Peace. Alright, now after looking at it, yeah, there's that JB weld he was talking about in the leak. So good, man. We're gonna pop a new one in there and get this thing fresh. All right, guys.